Did you see the Prefontaine message?
I mean, I saw that lady's name was Prefontaine.
Okay, well, she commented.
Stop doing this.
No. Shots fired. First comment, Billy Crudup. Second comment, this is Netta Prefontaine. I thought Crudup was not as good as Leto. Leto ran better than Crudup. What happened to him? Nothing. Leto went on to be a winner in acting and having his own band. He sang and his brother was in it too. They went to China and made a fortune. Good job, my friend. He climbed steep mountains. There was a special on him doing that on TV. Shots fired at Billy Crudup.
Yeah, big time. I can't open.
Fucking Jared Leto was a scumbag. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, now he's a cold rapist.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules. And we can't open this bottle.
Do you want me to use my teeth? Do you want to use your teeth?
I don't want to do anything that's crazy, man. Oh, so I'm Jules.
And I'm Jason.
And
we doing Kung Fu. Did you know Brandon Lee was offered the Bruce Lee role in Dragon the Bruce Lee story?
Oh, what?
And he was like, I don't want to do that.
No shit. What, are you trying to get me killed?
the triads?
Mm-hmm. CBS Summer Playhouse.
CBS Summer Playhouse.
Kung Fu The Next Generation.
Kung Fu The Next Generation.
Which is weird.
It would be like 3 generations?
Well, because he was in Kung Fu the movie as not the guy he is now. Because
that guy was bald.
Yeah, he was. Oh, boy. So this thing is from 1987, same year as a little movie we just watched.
A year after Kung Fu the movie?
Yeah, I believe so. It was directed by Tony Warmby, written by Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo. A bunch of guys I don't know. No real information on this fucking thing, other than to say that the guy, David Darlow, who plays Kwai Chang Caine.
Yeah, is that guy what's up with that guy?
He's Jewish.
Okay.
I think he may have been born in Jerusalem, not Chinese. Let me check there. Yeah, not Chinese. Doing all that wise man said bullshit. There was a brief moment where we see Neil Flynn as an LAPD officer.
You got a name?
He was also a cop in the Seinfeld episode Summer of George. And most notably, he was the Scrubs janitor.
Oh, I didn't notice him.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
Yeah. This must be also where Brandon Lee and Miguel Ferrer?
I believe it's Ferrer, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that could be. Must have become close associates because Brandon Lee apparently was his best man at his wedding, and he's George Clooney's cousin, and Cloon Boy rolled with
Lee Dog
pretty hard. He was landing on Brandon.
Let me ask you this. If you were to shoot a pilot for a show that basically is a procedural...
I was like, am I in the air at the time?
Yes, with a pistol. Would you maybe have it be a murder of the week or a case of the week, something like that, because that's what you're going to do in your regular episodes? Or would you do boring introductions to everybody at a pilot that you want to be picked up and go to series?
Here's the weird thing. I wouldn't do the boring part, for the record.
Good call.
Especially, I mean, the problem is like the material... It's dry. Kung Fu's always been boring as shit.
Right, but at least there was like an incident that the episodes I think were based around.
It's trying to be Kung Fu. It's also trying to maybe be a little Miami Vice. It's failing at both, but then they have the nerve. So there's a interstitial stinger bookending the program.
Oh, yeah.
With Pam Grier.
Kung Fu, The Next Generation.
And some other guy.
Come on, give him more.
Is that Pam Grier?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
That other guy is a famous comedian whose name I can't remember at the moment.
Tim Reed.
He's the big giant head on... No, that's he's a floating head on some sitcom. He was like a famous comedian in like the 60s.
Okay.
He was part of a team.
Okay. With floating heads.
No, that's a terrible 90s show. It might have been... It wasn't Sabrina. There was another show where he was a
Out of This
head.
World?
No. Oh, Teen Angel from 1997 to 1998.
Yeah.
Oh, I liked that show when I was 15 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell because you remembered it so fondly in the name of it.
Tim Reed was not on Teen Angel. Jason is thinking of Ron Glass.
So they're just hanging out in a, I don't know, restaurant, cafe, bar setting or whatever. And hey, check out this fly movie, Jack.
I think you're going to enjoy it.
And then the movie ends and they're like, hey, wasn't that at Whiz Bang?
If you like Kung Fu The Next Generation, call 1-900-220-2311.
If you didn't like Kung Fu The Next Generation, call
763-634-1897.
Lines will remain open for the next 2 hours.
And remember, you will be charged 50 cents for your call, of which CBS's proceeds will be donated to charity.
There's a weird moment where the table is clearly not level and it shifts when the guy does something.
Let CBS know what you think.
And they clearly both realize it just happened. And there's like that split second where they're like, just keep going. Okay.
What's great about this is they were not going to order more episodes of this. This is a dumping ground.
Yeah.
There's no reason to call any number.
Except 76363418897. Definitely call that one.
These are all failed pilots. This is CBS filler programming in the summer when there's no new episodes of shows.
Mm-hmm. Cheers is off. I don't know. We got this
Cheers is on
Brandon
NBC.
Lee. I know.
Okay.
They're competing. They're like, well, Cheers is off. Let's throw them the big guns. Bring out Kung Fu, the next generation.
This fucking thing is awful.
It's terrible. It looks like shit.
It's so boring for how short it is. It's so boring. You watched it before me, and I was like, oh, cool. And you're like, well, at least it was only 47 minutes. I was like, oh, no.
It feels like an after-school special.
Yeah.
You know?
Almost nothing happens for most of it. All right, we're drinking 2 gingers, and what do you got? Windsor Apple?
Windsor Apple, which is blended Canadian whiskey infused with natural flavors.
Natural means nothing. Keep that in mind when you drink anything natural.
Oh, God. Oh, the devil's in me.
Almost threw up.
I am throwing up.
Oh, boy.
Brings you back to the local, doesn't it?
I guess. You would have 2 gingers whiskey and a big ginger, which was 2 gingers whiskey and ginger ale and a lemon and lime.
The problem is these are too narrow. So you have to just pour it all in slowly. It's fucked. So the movie starts.
Not a movie.
So the play starts. And we got Brandon Lee.
They're being sneaky.
I think he's in a leather jacket.
He is. He looks good. His head looks kind of big.
I want to say Miguel Ferrer. Ferrer?
Yeah, he's already losing his hair.
He looks like he's wearing maybe like an Easy Rider jacket. Maybe like a tassel suede coat or something.
Dude, he's probably not that old, and he's already losing his hair.
Yeah. And they're breaking into a mansion to steal
Do we never really find out what they're stealing?
stuff.
Just rich people stuff.
Apparently, that's what they do, which is dumb later when we get a revelation. But and they're climbing walls. I think they're using a grappling hook at one point.
Is there lasers? You got creeped by lasers?
Right. Let me get your cigarette. When he blows it. Oh, there's lasers.
What would I do without you?
But then they trip a laser moments later. Apparently, they were out of cigarettes. And all of the Los Angeles PD comes crashing down on them.
And only catches Brandon Lee.
Yeah, Brandon Lee's coming down from the rope or whatever. Freeze, Jack!
And I say I'm dead. And I move.
Miguel jumps on a crotch rocket and zips out of there. And 17 fucking squad cars descend upon him in a moment's notice. You're coming with us, troublemaker. What's your name? Qui-Gon Chang? What is it? Oh, he didn't do the synopses.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Hey, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Kung Fu. Johnny Kane, Brandon Lee, gets busted while breaking into a house and takes the rap for him and his partner Mick, Miguel Ferrer, who manages to successfully evade capture. Lieutenant Lois Poole, Paula Kelly, seeing the path Johnny is going down, calls in Johnny's father, Kwai Chang Kane, David Darlow, who plans to use his skills as a Shaolin master and general Kane family lineage to steer his son towards the path of virtue. But will it be too late? Is the street life just too tempting for Johnny as he seemingly decides to help Mick with one last score? Will Brandon's second outing in the Kung Fu franchise fare better than the first, or even that of his father Bruce Lee's? Moreover, is the actor portraying Shaolin monk Kane finally of some percentage of Chinese lineage? Of course not. It's pretty wild that of the two Kung Fu's, this is like 10 times worse.
God, this Windsor is really having its way with me.
Oh, yeah?
So when Brandon Lee is arrested, he actually says his name is
Kwai Chang Kane.
and they do a woo kind of mystical sound effect. And then he goes to jail.
That sounded like the gunslinger thing.
And so Lieutenant Poole calls Kwai Chang Kane, so I'll call him Kane from now
Yeah,
on,
just call him Kane. He doesn't deserve it.
to come and get him, even though they've been estranged.
How old is Brandon Lee at this point? Brandon Lee's like 19?
Probably.
So how long have they been estranged for? One year?
Or maybe he hit the road when he was 15,
Could be.
became a real lost boy.
Yep. Oh, leather coat, motorcycles. Yep, I think you're right.
Eating worms.
Yep, biting into
They're
people's
noodles, I thought they were worms. I don't want these.
Heads. Did I tell you I realized I saw Lost Boys when I was like 6 or 7?
Oh, sure.
How young were you?
Somewhere around there.
God, that movie fucking rules. I could never show it to my kid. He's terrified of everything.
Well, when he's on his wedding night,
yeah.
you can show it to him.
You're not fucking her. You're watching Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Or him.
Right.
Or whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever,
I mean,
whatever
it's
you're
the future.
putting your Peter in.
And so he goes,
It's the future.
"Oh man, you called my old man."
It's a slippery slope, man. He's fucking a toaster.
I identify as a fucking chair.
Sit on me. Sit on me. Sit on me.
And so he goes, "I'm going to take him into my house. Don't put him in jail." She goes, "You got it." She's a real CCH pounder kind of gal. So he takes him into his house, and Kane is some sort of a Shaolin monk, of course, by trade. But he also teaches a cadre of idiots martial arts in his backyard. So Brandon Lee wakes up and he's just like, what is this bullshit?
Y'all, my dad's a bitch. I'm going to talk shit to him in front of his class.
Join us, please. Sure. Why not?
They do a thing here where he's walking around the group. Brandon Lee, of course, sits next to the only girl. He starts giving her the cutie eye.
Yeah.
All right. I better watch out. Otherwise, I'll hypnotize you. And he'll be able to fight like the monkey, and the guy starts doing the monkey poses,
fuck
and the mantis, and then they're so he starts showing off because he's a hothead. We're talking about kung fu, by the way.
And you think for a moment you're like, he's gonna best his dad.
You'd rather not?
He gets a bow staff like Donatello, and his dad just walks over him.
But not immediately. His dad lets him do like one or two moves.
Get real hot-headed.
And then he's like, fuck you, son.
But I love you.
And then his son throws a little tantrum. Brandon Lee throws a little tantrum and storms off,
He's a
right?
bitch
In front of
in
that girl.
this movie, yeah.
Total bitch, yeah.
Big time. But he's sort of starting to become mystical as well.
What, is he going to have the vibration trick where
They start
people
playing
die?
when he looks at stuff. But then Mick shows up and he's like, hey, man, let's fly the coop.
That's a good... You've been practicing that?
In the mirror.
That's good.
Hey, man, this gig sucks. Let's fly the coop.
Let's watch the Night Flyer.
I got a gun. And he goes, nah, man, I don't want to roll with you anymore. Hey, man, one more gig and I'll be out of the game,
Fuck you, Jack. I'm out of here then.
I'll be on Crossing Jordan before you know it.
When did he died like 10 years ago?
I think so.
The last thing I remember like seeing him in was the Night Flyer, the Stephen King movie. It was, I think, maybe straight to video. It's terrible.
I think he was in The Last Boy Scout.
Miguel, that's Taylor Negron. Miguel Ferrer's
that is.
not in.
Was he in porno?
Taylor Negron?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so.
I think he was. But anyways.
Really?
I don't know.
I would. Can we do a Taylor Negron porno?
Don't worry, I'll look it up after this.
Can we have it be a one-off? Can that be your next pick?
Yes. We sit back to back though.
What?
So one of us watches it on TV and the other one watches it in a mirror.
Why? Because so we don't want to watch together because that's gay.
Yeah.
But our backs are touching,
Yes.
which they never do.
And we're nude. I mean, I'm just saying.
Feel that man heat and try not to get a boner.
Yeah. So he goes, I don't want to help you, bro. And then he climbs out the window and his dad comes in. Kane comes in. Said, no good, Nick Upton, no good. And they go for the windiest walk probably ever captured on film. They're in like the fucking California desert and it's windy as all fuck. And they find like an old Western wagon wheel.
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the old town where Kane used to be, right?
Uh-huh. Which I'm like, is it?
I mean, he traveled from town to town, so it makes no sense. He didn't live in one
he can also
town.
float, so
I don't think he could. I don't know if he could do that in the regular series.
there is a weird moment in this movie that I think is actually an approximation of the scene from Kung Fu, the movie, where they're in his room and Brandon Lee's throwing a fit. I think they mirror that in this movie because they're in a room and Brandon Lee's throwing a fit. And it might even actually be that Kane room. So he's like, man, Dad, maybe I am hip to this shit, but I'm going to make a phone call while you go into the general store. Hey, Mick, I'm in the robbery that you... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought this was somebody else calling me about something else that they're in. And so we're like, oh no, Brandon Lee's, back on the dirt train or whatever.
Back a dirt train. He's got to do that dirt.
But Kane's hip to it, but we don't know that yet.
No.
So he goes, we're going to do the deal robbery thing, but I want to meet the fence that you deal with.
Mr. Big?
Oh, I don't know, man. This might be too much for you.
It's good. Every time it's good.
And he goes, it's the COVID. And he goes, I still have it, by the way. And he goes, all right, I'll take you in and we'll do the thing or whatever. So they go to meet up at a warehouse. with a truck full of stuff that Kane's hiding in.
Yeah.
But then he pulls back the tarp and Kane's not there.
No.
Gong.
Oh, shit.
He goes into the warehouse and he goes into the office and he goes, well, where's the guy, Mick? Oh, you're looking at him.
No. First, he's like, he's going there. There's the guys in there. It's some old guy.
Hey, just call me Carl.
They didn't do the crime. They never do the crime.
No, I don't think they ever do the crime. This is all the meet
There's
up
an old
before.
guy sitting there and
It's like an old accountant.
he call me Dr. D. And he goes, I want to meet the guy. You said you're going to be the guy. And he goes, hey, get out of here, old man.
It's me,
Ah,
Miguel Ferrer.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. This is actually
this is
the
where
one.
it becomes Miami Vice.
This is the one good moment of the whole fucking episode.
But it's like
I didn't expect it.
you're going on regular heists.
Yeah, robberies. Not even heists, dude.
Yeah,
They're fucking
yeah.
house robberies. They're
He
breaking and
steals like a
entering.
candelabra. It's like
He's not like spearheading a heat team, to
Yeah.
rob banks.
it's like you're getting $80-$90 from your score.
Just enough to pay for the gas in the crotch rocket.
Yeah, you're willing to risk it all just for larks. You know,
Oh.
it's so stupid.
To maybe groom your number one henchman, Brandon Lee.
But then he goes,
First you want out, then you get busted. Now you want in again and you're talking partners. It smells like cops to me.
Take off your shirt slow.
right,
Real slow.
turn around, slower. And of course, he's got the biggest Walkman known to man.
Yeah.
Recording everything. And he actually
Why is
plays
this
the
on
tape.
record?
Let me play this just to make sure that you're not just making a mixtape.
Oh, there's me talking about stealing.
Big time. Oh, wrong side. And so he pulls out a gun. Oh, you asshole.
I'm gonna kill you now.
And they start kung fuing it up. Kane pops out. They're kung fuing it up.
Well, Brandon Lee's gonna fucking die, but then his dad shows up.
Low time. Yeah, they they do the kung fu. And he goes, why didn't you tell me you were planning this? He goes, I don't know, witty quip or whatever.
I want to be a crime fighter. Good thing we threw ninja stars in all their heads. That'd be good.
Wouldn't it?
If they did.
I don't know if they don't kill anybody.
No.
They kick guys.
Yeah, they kick them real good.
Yeah.
TV style.
Yeah, there's oozing and shit, but nothing really drastic. And then, Lieutenant Poole or Detective, whatever her name is, comes up and,
You did good, kid.
case closed.
Yeah, this thing sucked.
It sucked big time.
It's so fucking bad.
It's like inept.
It's boring. There's nothing to it. Like, oh my God, why would 80% of it be just establishing boring characters?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we really got to get to know Brandon Lee and his dad. It's like, well, but they're not interesting.
Like, you could have cut the dad out completely
Yeah.
and just had him as Tommy Kane, but maybe he's, I don't know, seeing visions or some shit.
He's got an apartment. And he's like a badass, and he's thinking things over, and it's like it's not good. You know
'Cause
what?
even the kung fu sucks. I mean, he doesn't know kung fu.
Everything sucks.
But there's one moment where he's coming from his little tiny house into the main house.
Yeah, he's in the guest house. The guest house is nice,
Yeah.
but it has nothing in it.
He jumps over that railing. You remember that?
No.
It's so fucking effortless. It's
He
like,
glides over it?
yeah. Like trumpets herald his arrival. It's so good.
We saw this so long ago.
Yeah.
It's been so many weeks since we watched these before we were able to talk about them.
Yeah, man. But we remembered it
A little bit, yeah.
fondly. I bought the VHS just in case we couldn't get a copy.
Is that over there?
Yeah.
No, that's Kung Fu the movie.
Oh, this is the other one.
You can't buy the CBS Summer Playhouse.
No, that's
Kung
right. I
Fu
tried
the
to buy
Next
it.
Generation. Real soon, I'll be getting the 62-page Brandon Lee autobiography. Not autobiography, biography.
Yeah.
The only thing that they did in this thing was Miguel Ferrer was a little bit interesting. He's the
Yeah.
only good part of the whole thing. Miguel, if you were alive, I would send you a tweet and say, good job.
Yeah, George Clooney, come on the show.
Oh, yeah.
We're giving your boy a props.
All right, so that's it for the latest Brandon Lee movie.
Yeah, it sucked. And he was not great in it. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's not his fault.
He's trying to pay his dues to fucking,
His head looked big, though, right?
big time.
All right, go ahead and check us out on Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook,
Yep.
Reddit,
Yep.
YouTube.
Yep.
And what do you go by?
We doing filmographies.
Yep.
We doing filmographies at gmail.com.
Hell yeah, you want to send us a motherfucking email? All right, we doing filmographies, 1 actor, 10 films to run. Go ahead and give us a call, 763-634-1897. Still can't fucking remember the fucking phone number. Have to bring up Instagram on my phone every time. 763-634-1897.
Did you know that the moon of Pluto revolves in a way It's actually almost like dual planets. It's not really a moon, but it and Pluto are always facing itself at all points as it revolves in space.
The moon?
Pluto and its sister planet.
What is its sister planet?
I don't know.
Well, I've been Jason.
I've been Jules.
See you next week
You
with
got it.
Legacy of Rage.
Yeah.
Is that after this? Yeah. Is it better than this one?
A little bit.